Hi everyone, I wanted to talk to you a little bit this afternoon about how to care for your back in the garden. Here at Stirling, we're very fortunate to live in a beautiful environment, but many of our clients are keen gardeners, and unfortunately we do see quite a lot of gardening related injuries. In my experience, there are two main ways that people commonly hurt their back in the garden. The first of these is when people are lifting heavy articles, quite often heavy pot plants. I think it's important to treat your garden a little bit like you might treat your workplace. And if there is something heavy to lift, thinking how you might do that safely before you just get on and do it is important. This pot here of strawberries is absolutely way too heavy for me to lift by myself. But I have my sack truck here, and sack trucks are an amazing way to just change the leverage of a heavy article. And if I'm in the garden by myself, desperate to move my strawberries, I can probably do it with a little bit of help. So the first thing you need to do is to get your sack truck underneath the front lip of your pot plant. So whether you can tip the pot yourself, quite often pots will have little feet underneath, and that really helps to get your item underneath them. You then need to use some sort of a rope or securing device around your pot to attach it to the back of your sack truck. And just, without being too particular, tie that off in the front. So once you've secured your pot to your sack truck with a rope, you can then, using your foot and the leverage of your body, quite easily lift that pot to a point that you can then move it wherever you want to move it in your garden. I am going to just place it a little bit further along through here. And then when you're ready, control down and move that pot really with a minimum of effort of your own. And then take off your rope. Once again, tip your pot back to get the sack truck out from underneath, and you've done. The other main area that people seem to end up with back pain in the garden is with poor posture, particularly with weeding. We very often see people in this position for an extended period of time, and it's really no good for your back in any way. Much better if you're able to kneel. This is a really handy little device, little cushion for your knees. You can weed to your heart's content, and the handles are actually super helpful with getting up and down from the ground. So if you find your limitation is about getting up and down from the ground, something like this is actually really handy. The other thing, if you don't have a ready-made device, you can get knee pads for your knees and then just use a walking stick or any other stick really to help give you a little bit of leverage so you can push through your arms and quite easily get up and down. The other thing, of course, if you're in any sustained posture, particularly a flex position where you're having to lean over for any length of time, just make sure that you break that up with some stretches at least every 20 minutes or half an hour, standing up, changing position, changing activity, doing something different. The other thing I would say about weeding in particular, because as we all know, we do a lot of it when we're in the garden, is make sure that you've got the right tool for the job. Using a hoe or other piece of equipment to loosen the roots of your weeds is going to be a helpful thing. It makes them much easier to pull out. Or of course your little device to help break up the root system and lift things out, so the amount of effort you're having to put through your arms to pull your weeds out is a little bit reduced. Just plan your day in the garden, think about the activities that you're needing to do, and if you think about them and do them sensibly, you can enjoy the wonderful weather we're having at the moment and our beautiful hills environments without ending up sore at the end of the day.